What's up, guys? So we're gonna just do a little quick reorganization of tackle. I've been letting my stuff kind of get out of hand here, and this is just gonna be a quick organizational video, kind of show you guys what's going on, what I'm using, and how I like to stay organized whenever I can, because right now things aren't looking too good. So we'll get back to you once I organize everything, kind of go over what it is that I like to use, alright? Alright guys, so I'm pretty organized now. The way I roll is, I like to keep these little storage bins I get from like the Dollar Tree and stuff. I like to keep them in the back of my truck at all times. I'm normally riding solo, I don't have to put anyone in the back seat, so my back seat's kind of like my little mobile storage for tackle and stuff. The way I'm going to do it right now is this is just going to be my general leader box. All my leaders are going to be in here for snook fishing on the beach to the bridge, all that stuff. I got anywhere from like a 30-pound leader up to 150-pound leader, so I'm good with that. This is mainly my bigger bait fish hook box. I got my 8-0s, my 7-0s, some 5-0s, stuff like that. This probably won't get pulled out until the mullet run comes back around and stuff. I'm not really in the mood to be chasing mullet and stuff like that right now. I'll wait. You know, I've done it so many years in a row where I'm starting to get kind of tired doing it. I'm not going to go and run around town trying to find mullet when I can just fish the beaches artificially and probably have the same type of success. So probably just keep that in the back of the truck just in case I run into a school, but not really going to be using that stuff. This is going to be my new little pier setup, my beach setup. Whenever I'm on the pier, whenever I'm on the beach fishing for snook, this is going to be my go-to little box. Just keep some scissors with me. Keep smaller circle hooks. Keep my little gold hooks for like perch or croaker, stuff like that. And keep a bunch of sabikis with me. A bait dehooker so I don't scale and wipe the slime off my bait fish and stuff. All of my little pinch weights in case it's windy out and I need to fling a smaller bait. I can do that. Got my swivels if I want to put a bait down on the bottom. I don't have to use the swivels, but it's always nice to use. Got a couple of troll rights and stuff if I want to go and like fish for snapper at the end of the pier, which I don't really do, but right now I hear pumping up here. The snapper are pretty stacked up, I guess because it just opened, so that could be something fun to do if I want to get some meat fish. Keep a couple gotchas in case the mackerel starts showing up. A couple spro jigs in case the mackerel or for whatever reason ladyfish start showing up. Some just like little crappie tube jigs and stuff if the moonfish are biting. I got a couple more packs I'm gonna throw in there too. But mainly just light wire hooks, real finessey type stuff for the beach for those snook that are real finicky whenever the water's super clear and stuff. You gotta go really light. So that's what that's gonna be like my main go-to box right now for the summer. This is just my miscellaneous box, stuff I know I'm not gonna really use often, like DOA shrimp. I don't really throw artificial shrimp, other weird shrimps. You know, wintertime comes around, I guess I'll break these out when nothing else is working. This is stuff I got whenever I go to my dad's up in Inglewood area. This isn't really like what I use here in Broward County. This isn't really the go-to stuff for fishing for snook, especially off the bridges and stuff. You're not going to want to throw these, which is pretty much all I do. But when I go over to Inglewood, it's all like mangroves and flats and stuff, so that's the type of stuff you do want to throw when you're over there. You know, these hooks would get destroyed from a big snook here, but over there, the snook aren't really that big. But I do keep some top water poppers and stuff that I don't use at this time, so I'll just put them in here for now. Like the Ozuri Hydro Pencil chuggers. And like I said, just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff that I'm sure one day I'll use. I'll actually throw that in here. I'll break out those big top waters though when the mullet run starts happening and they're eating on the surface. I'll break those out. That'll be fun. But this will probably just sit actually inside the closet for now. Save some space in my truck. This is just like some random box I've had in the back of my truck for a while. I don't really, not a big like plug guy. As you can see, I bought them probably like 2 years ago. They don't even have rust on the hooks. They just sitting there. Definitely not a fan of the hoagie. I bought them, I tried them, just not a fan of them. I don't know, the action is just kind of weird and stuff. But I'm willing to try them again. I tried them for a little, I stopped. But I'll try them again. I'll give them another shot. The only thing that I really do like about these small little profile hoagies is that they're really heavy. And most lure manufacturers, when they make a swim bait this small, you can't really get them with any weight to them. But this one definitely has some weight. So when those fish are eating smaller baits like pilchard and stuff, and they're out on the bridges waiting in that current for smaller baits to swim by, this thing will actually get down in a strike zone that you need to get to with the small bait that, let's say like a 4-inch spool tech, it just won't be able to get down and swim with the right action because it's not enough weight in it. So I actually might try this really soon here. Might have to get that tail straightened out. It's been sitting for a while. I'll actually throw those X-Reps and stuff now that Pompano Pier is open, like I was saying. Maybe if the mackerel starts showing up and stuff, I'll throw those. I do want to start expanding my fishing game a little and actually fishing for other things other than snook. So looks like I got a head start. This is just a box that I was using like a few summers ago for snook fishing, going to like Juneau Pier and stuff, but we're over that part now. So that'll sit in here. This will sit in the house. along with this. So these will stay here. And then this is like, I gotta get like another big storage box for this. I think this hook is gonna go to that big Savage Gear swimming mullet that I had in here, right here. Pretty sure that goes to this. Yeah. So that goes together. So we got this. Hang on one second. Let me see here real quick. Alright, so here's the swim bait section. I'm gonna get a nice little storage bin for this. I can't believe I ran out of storage bins already. It's crazy. Got like the gamblers, the no live bait needed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like, oh, look at my no live bait needed. I got a bunch of them. They must like kill and slay for me. I've only caught one fish on these. I'm not saying that they don't work, but I'm saying as of now, I have not caught that many fish on them. I know they do work, but from my personal experience, I have not caught many fish on them. I've thrown them. I only got one fish on them. Not knocking them or anything, but I'm just giving you the truth. So we got the no live bait needed. I mean, I'm still gonna buy them. It's a good price for a swim bait, but we'll get into that later. So I got the no live baits. I also got the live target. You know, in all honesty, the only thing I'm comfortable throwing are the flare hawks, which you see here. I probably got like 100 flare hawks in here. This bag alone probably has like 30 of them. I probably got like, I don't know, another 40 in there. And then I got a bunch like stored away inside my little like storage ottoman here in the living room. I only really throw like flare hawks, and when I first got into snook fishing, it was flare hawks and spool techs. Now the problem was they stopped selling those extra heavy spool techs when I was getting back into it. I guess they weren't selling enough or whatever. There wasn't a big demand for them, something like that, I don't know. But then maybe like a year later or something like that, they came out with these new spool techs, the modular kit 3 tails. Now of course it's cool because they have the 3 different tails you can put on them, right? I'll show you here. This one I just actually picked up today. I just picked this one up today. I'm getting back into them. I stopped fishing spool techs for a while. I'm gonna try again. And the main reason why I want to fish them is because no live bait needed. You know, it's a nice bait, 6-inch. You can get up to the bigger ones. I think they're like 8-inch and stuff. Cool, right? They even have a straight tail. So boom, you buy 2 different jig heads, one for the small bait, the big one for the straight tail and for the 8-inch, and then you buy 3 different swim baits. You get the 6-inch swim bait, the 8-inch swim bait, and the 8-inch straight tail. So boom, you're into 5 different products. Or you could just buy the Spool Tech modular kit, get the 6-inch or you get the 6-inch tail, you get the 9-inch tail, and then you get the straight tail, and you also get the 3.2, what does it say? Supposedly it's 4 ounce. I don't know about all that. Supposedly it's 4 ounce. It's definitely 3. So you get that heavy 3 ounce when you're fishing bridges to really hug the bottom where those big girls are. So that's what I like about these modular kits. That's why I'm going to go back to them. You know, the main problem everyone cries about spool techs with is that the cable and the crimps rust, and I get it, it happens to me. But you know, we found out later the proper way to store them is with the hook deployed, the cable out, really rinse them good with fresh water. And if you're really smart, you want to put a little bit of WD-40 or some marine lube on that crimp and that cable to really help it stop the corroding process. So I'm going to try that and see how long I can get this spool tech to last me here. So we got those. We got more of those Savage Gear swimming mullets. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was at first I thought this was like a Instagram social media hype bait. Everyone's posting their Savage Gear mullet. You know, I bought it because I saw the action of the tail swimming and everything, and I'm like, man, that looks. Wait, get down from there. I was like, hey, the cats are going crazy. The action on the tail looked crazy, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy it. Bought it. It sat in my truck for like, I don't know, 2 months, whatever. And long story short, went to the spillway the other day. I put a video on my YouTube. Very first time ever using one, casting with one. Threw it out, and very first cast against the spillway lock. Very first cast, I got a 32-inch snook. So as much as I want to be like, it's not a real bait, it's a hype bait, it worked. So I can't say anything bad about them. Haven't thrown one since, for whatever reason, I don't know. I just like throwing heavy baits and hugging the bottom. But you know, mullet run's coming. That's gonna be a deadly bait during the mullet run. And maybe on the beach and stuff, you know, I'll throw it during the summer too. Maybe when that pre-pod of fingers start coming by, I'll start throwing, you know, the smaller version, the little 5-inch version. That might work for me on the beach too. So the gamblers, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I've ever caught a fish on a gambler. I want to like them, but they just haven't produced for me so far. I know every swim bait has its own little action and stuff, so I don't know, maybe it's just not working for me. I've seen people catch fish on them. I'm not gonna say they don't work, but I'm just telling you my personal experience. Got more of the like limited edition color, no live bait needed. So I'm buying into the hype, I'm not gonna lie. It's cool to have something that's limited edition that, you know, they don't make it where you can just buy whenever. So might not even fish these, might just hold on to these, and you never know what's gonna like blow up 5 years from now, where they're like, holy crap, dude, I want to get that so bad. So yeah, bunch of no live bait needed. This no live bait needed, these little swimming mullets, I've only thrown it once, wasn't feeling it. I don't think I had it rigged properly. I think it was off. Get down, baby girl. You know you're gonna not. This was Daddy's tripod. He had to use the Miller Lite on the cat thing, the little cat carousel, and he had to put the little tripod up here, and he had to pray that you guys didn't knock this over and spill a whole 24 pack of 12-ounce bottles. That's why I kept that water bottle with me. I was spraying them every time they thought about it. Little mischievous ones. I gotta clean up the house. I'm organizing. But back to these. They weren't really looking that good for me. I'm not gonna say they don't work. They definitely do. I've seen people catch fish on them. But I'm buying like mullet stuff when like the mullet aren't really showing up heavy here in Broward County area. But again, when those mullets show up at night at the bridges and stuff, you know, you burn this across a shadow line, and I can guarantee you 100% these things are gonna get smoked. It's not even a question. So there's a time and place for everything. I'm just waiting to pull these out. I really like these no live bait needed 3-ounce heads, because when you're fishing from a bridge and you have the angle of fishing from up top and you're casting out, you can really burn this and hug the bottom without it coming up while you burn it, because it's so heavy. And when you're burning a bait on the bottom and you're hugging the bottom and you're burning it past the fish, that's when I feel like you get a reaction strike the best. When you can hug the bottom and still burn the bait without compromising the swimming action or the height or whatever. When you can burn it past their face fast, they're gonna hit that without even questioning what kind of, you know, bait fish that is. They're just gonna feel that bait coming at them like a tornado or like a speeding bullet. They're gonna feel it and just thump it. So I like the 3-ounce for that reason, but I haven't caught one on the 3-ounce, I'll be honest with you. Bunch of the extra jig heads and stuff. What time is it? It's like 4:30 in the morning, but you know, I work night shift, so it's my day off and everything. I'm wide awake. Starting to get a little cranky though. Another gambler. Stuff that just sits in the truck, you know. Looks cool, I guess, whatever. Probably hang it on my Christmas tree since it's not catching me fish. more gamblers. And then this, I actually, whoop, I don't even know if I'm gonna fish this, just because. I know you could probably get these wherever, however, but you know, when I eventually, look at this cat, he's wearing the bag. You know, when I have kids one day, hopefully very, very soon, and they start fishing and stuff, and you know, they turn 13, 14, 15, I want to be able to whip something like this out. And you know, technology and stuff will be way ahead of where it is now. You know, this will probably be like the norm in every bait as far as like snook fishing goes. But I want to be able to pull something like this out and be like, you know, your dad used to fish these things when they first came out. You know, you remember how the game changed when these things first came out. This was new technology, blah, 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 blah. And then just to like whip this out like an old, you know, action figure that your grandpa would collect or something like that, you know. So that's the only reason why I'm saving that for my kid one day, just to show him. But yeah, that's pretty much how I'm going to do it. I'm going to put this stuff back in the car and probably make another video when I do get on the beach and show you exactly what I use when I'm out there on the beach, my whole little setup, all the specs and everything, all the details, and I'll see you in the next video.